Now, we have some new faces here that I really expect to make an impact for us this season. We've already seen flashes of what they can do for us, but I expect all of you to go out there and execute just like we did in camp. Ain't no more excuses. It's time to get serious. If we play our brand of basketball, there's no telling where this team can go. So get out there, get warm, and let's go win this game.
My first NBA game. Can't believe it's finally here. You work your entire life for something, and then when it's right in front of you, it's almost hard to believe. I'm ready. Now it's time for me to show everybody I belong and do my best to represent Harlem.
Welcome, everybody, to the day we've all been looking forward to. The start of a new NBA season on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. You can feel the energy here at Air Canada Center. The Raptors looking to please their fans in this Eastern Conference matchup. This game against Indiana, the first game of the NBA's regular season. In the season before, they completely controlled the series 3-0.
And they rolled over this team last season, beating them every... enjoy this accomplishment.
Well said, and I hope so too. I mean, as a player, you want to stay even-keeled, but it's almost impossible. I mean, there's just so much that you've gone through to reach this point. It has to be emotional.
Pick up by Hill. The dish to Hill. Just 5 to shoot. Kicks it to Hill. And the shot no good, a bit short.
Just doing the job on the backboard.
They sure are. I mean, they've done a terrific job carving out space under the basket and then pursuing the ball. You know, it's one thing to box out, but you've got to pursue the ball if you're going to get rebounds. And they look strong here in the early going.
Here's Yates. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Really, the right play defensively. If you can't block, force them to the line.
Yeah, exactly. Prevent the layup. Give them a little bump.
And mark that bucket down, folks. That's the first career basket from Yates.
You know, it maybe not the prettiest bucket he'll ever score, but it'll always be the first one.
And the first will make it the prettiest one. Well, no matter how he got it, just a fantastic moment in this young man's career and his basketball life.
And that concludes the first quarter of play. Toronto ahead, leading by 6. We'll be back shortly. Well, earlier we sat down with Freak and asked him about playing in his first NBA game.
You know, I've thought about this moment my entire life. Now that it's finally here, the feeling's pretty crazy. But I know it's just the beginning. I got a lot of hard work ahead of me to get to where I want to go, to be the best player and the best teammate I could be. But this is an exciting first step, no doubt.
You know, Clark, you don't see that kind of perspective from most rookies, do you?
You really don't, Kevin. I mean, I really like his approach to the game. What remains to be seen, though, is will that translate to consistent production on the court.
And now the second quarter just getting set to start. Taking a look here at the Raptors' performance here, guys. What have they been doing or not doing, in your opinion?
Move the
And it's really about limiting their mistakes. And early on, they've been able to do that here in the first.
And, guys, I like what I've seen from them on the other end, forcing a few giveaways, and that's allowed them to widen that turnover margin.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. On the court for Indiana, Hill and Stuckey are the guard set. Hill is out there with Hill, and it's Mahinmi in at the 5 down low. Hill passes to Hill, and the wide open shot from Stuckey. Good, the assist goes to Hill. Hill's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Raptors leading by 5.
And Rodney Stuckey, a combo guard out of Eastern Washington, played a big role for the Pacers a season ago.
Now here's Freak. Defense is right there. Patterson setting the pick for Joseph. Fires it up. That one off the back iron and out.
Yeah, but the hand in the face, it's critical that you contest his shots every time down the floor.
Stuckey outside. Hill sets the screen for Stuckey. Pass to Hill. This one for 3, and he gets the bucket.
And he found the perfect spot behind the arc there. Big gap in the D.
And the Raptors going out now with a whole Toronto's gone 2 of 4 from three-point range so far in the second quarter. Feeds it to Freak. It's taken away by Stuckey. And now it's Hill running. He can go all the way. And yes, sir, that one drops. And now just a 5-point Raptor lead.
That was big because they dug a big hole in the first quarter, but starting to show signs of life.
Sometimes, for whatever reason, a lot of times you don't know why. It takes a little while to work the knots out, but it looks like they're putting it together right now.
Johnson kicks to Freak beyond the arc. Hill pulls it in.
He certainly didn't take advantage of the poor defense, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
I tell you what, I think he'd be happy if he can continue to get looks like that.
Johnson with it. He's picked up by Hill. There's 14 seconds left now here in the second. Joseph dishes to Freak. 6 on the shot clock. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Clearly a foul.
Yeah, he took a shot there, earned those free throws.
The Raptors shooting their 7th and 8th attempts at the foul line tonight.
And last season, as a team, they knocked down 79% of their free throws, so those are numbers you'll be happy with.
And you can't take those numbers lightly, fellas. I mean, their free throw shooting made a difference for them in a lot of their games last season.
It's good, and he drew contact on the shot. And we're through the first half of basketball here.
All right, listen up, everybody. The second half doesn't have to be as close as the first if we pay attention to a couple of things. I like the way we're valuing the basketball. Keeping those turnovers down has really helped us throughout the first 2 quarters. But at least we had a decent balance between both ends of the floor. Let's maintain that with constant motion on offense and constant communication on D. The pace of the game, just to bring that up real quick, isn't a huge concern because I think we're suited to play at any speed. But somewhere in the middle of the tempo.
We have a close ball game on our hands as we get set for the second half of basketball. It has been quite a game. Stuckey's checked in for Indiana. Indiana's gotten some tough luck from three-point range. In the fourth quarter, they've hit just 1 of 6 from deep.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout, big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for the Raptors.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, Stephen Clark. An all-around dominant performance. Clark, and you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
I certainly did, and they just cracked it open and made it an in-seat, no contest.
Yeah. And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
And they'll take the win tonight, setting the tone in the first matchup of this 4-game season series.
And it will be a fight, Greg. When you see an opponent that many times, it's inevitable that those games take on a little extra added meaning for the players.
And beyond the actual result of this game, fans are going to look back and see this was just a monstrous performance for DeMar DeRozan. There wasn't much they could do to slow him down as he was converting every good chance he got.
Yates in a 2-guard. Bismack Biyombo is out there with Nogueira. Then it's Terrence Ross. And it's Joseph in at the point. That's the 5 out there for the Raptors. Clock at 6. Stuckey.
I mean, that's a tough break for the D. I mean, he took the hit and drew the whistle.
Yeah, but he was late to get there, Greg, so the referee couldn't give him a free pass on that one.
And the first one at the line is good. And so Stuckey nails both of them. There's 10 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Here's Joseph. Here's Yates. And so Toronto takes this one, but by a big margin. This game...
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Kevin, much appreciated, and now let's present our Jordan player of the game, DeMar DeRozan. He just put it completely out of reach in the fourth quarter. It was as if he was saying, okay, enough fooling around, I'm taking over now. What'd you think? And that's it for our broad...
Steph Curry and the Warriors next game. I've been looking forward to this for a while now. You know they'll be running and gunning. And Steph's gonna do 2 or 3 things that make you want to stop and stare. But we can't let that distract us. Because if we lose focus for even a second, they'll be up 20. So maybe it's up to me to put on a little show of my own.
Basketball at Oracle Arena, the home of the Warriors in Oakland, California. Live on 2K Sports. The Warriors with their last game here in Golden State before heading out on the road. Well, they're entering a business. Warriors leading by 5. Now let's find out what head coach Steve Kerr had to say to Doris Burke. Doris?
Yes, Kevin. He told me that when you're playing against a team that can finish inside as efficiently as this team does, they don't want to allow any looks easily on the interior. He said if they can limit them in that department, they'll be in good shape.
All right, Doris, thanks. And guys, Bismack Biyombo, he got into a groove at the end of last season. After Al Jefferson went down, remember the month of April, he averaged nearly 9 rebounds a game, 2.5 blocks. He was all over the floor.
Yeah, and that's Bismack. I mean, he's that guy. He cleans the glass for you, intimidates shooters in the lane. He's not all the way consistent yet, but he's shown steady improvements.
Talking about Bismack Biyombo, he entered the league as an extremely raw prospect. Was the 7th pick in 2011. His shot and general awareness were the biggest concerns, but last season he shot over 60% from the floor. The 2 seasons before that was only 45%.
Now here's Freak, covered by Barnes. Freak kicks to Scola. It's stolen by Green. Poked away and stolen by Biyombo. Pass to Yates. 1:03 left in the first quarter. 6 to shoot. Kicks it to Biyombo. Joseph. Green with the rebound.
And getting back to Biyombo for a moment, he has the potential for a breakout year. I mean, all the physical tools you would want. He's seen enough of the game. He's worked on those skills. Now it's time to just put it all together and become the player your potential dictates.
35 seconds left here in the opening quarter. And again, no good by Toronto.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
Pushing their lead to double digits. Barnes has got his second bucket of the game to go.
Already seizing control of this game.
Total control, Greg, and as well as they're playing at both ends, I'd look for this lead to get even larger.
Here's Yates. It's stolen by Green. And pushing it up is Golden State Warriors again in transition. And he gets it to go. 6 points for Barnes.
And the offense has come together immediately. I mean, they're threatening to run away with this thing already.
Greg, it's hard to imagine.
And as we conclude the first quarter, a one-sided game so far. Warriors ahead, finishing the quarter on a tremendous 8-0 run.
I think my 3 years at Kentucky, caused.
Madison Clark, exactly the guy he says he is. Different look here for the Warriors. Spates checked in for Bogut. Draymond Green comes in for Harrison Barnes. Thompson, he's checked in for Leandro Barbosa. And it's Livingston in for Curry. Iguodala and Green are set at the forward spots. Livingston and Thompson are the guards. And it's Spates in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the Warriors' 5.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
And Joseph kicks to Johnson. He feeds it to Freak. To the paint. It's stolen by Green. And now, in transition, here we go. Iguodala. And the layup's good off the glass. Iguodala's got 9.
He's been one of their more reliable options today, guys. I mean, his shooting has led them to this lead.
4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. That's good.
That kind of power move has become a trademark of his.
Warriors leading by 8. Here is Livingston. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. Spates sets a screen. And it's Thompson again missing.
And honestly, not real happy with the shot selection on that one.
Yeah, clearly a brain fade there. He's got to be a little smarter in his choice making.
Yes, Kevin, thank you.
And the third quarter about ready to get underway.
It's been a nice game.
So we see the Warriors get the win here. It was up for grabs.
Yes, Kevin, thank you.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Welcome back, everybody. Ernie Harrison Barnes. Right out of the gates, he came out strong, making his first 3 shots and helping establish some offensive rhythm.
I think it's a fit.
And that'll do it for tonight.
What a life, eh, freak? 1 minute you're playing 21 and horse on the courts in Harlem, and the next moment you're in the showroom, configuring the gunmetal and graphite exterior of your luxury car and your iPad mini. Oh, I bet you get a crazy crowd when you drive that car around the block in the old neighborhood, huh?
Yeah, I'm living the dream. Bad pandemonium. But folks from back around the way are real proud of me.
Yeah, I hear you. Local kid makes good. You know, it kind of reminds me of when I took my tech stock public and I rang the New York Stock Exchange bell and my mom's friends called her up and said, "Maggie, is that your son on Bloomberg News this morning ringing the bell?" And my mom says, "Yes, sirree, Bob, it was him." That was a great moment, freak. And you know, our lives are like a pearl necklace of great moments, all strung together with the finest silk thread of memories. And we have to be very careful how we cultivate those pearls and we thread that necklace.
Does this meeting by any chance have to do with Vic Van Leer?
I grew up in the burbs, freak. I wasn't poor, upper middle class, comfortable. My daddy worked as an accountant for one of the largest insurance firms in the country. Smart with his money. Mom didn't have to work. I went to boarding school. And then my dad died of a heart attack when I was a freshman at MIT. I was a movie geek, wanted to be a civil engineer, but I made my fortune by becoming a hybrid of both those interests. My dad didn't want me to be an accountant. Oh, listen to this. My best friend was a guy named Isidore. Yeah, we called him Izzy. He was one of the smartest human beings I have ever met in my life. I mean, Izzy was taking second-year college calculus courses as a high school sophomore, right? Straight-A student, full ride to MIT. Izzy had the world at his fingertips. But he was always looking for trouble, and trouble found him. He ran with the wrong crowd. And when we got to MIT, he got this great job working for a financial consulting firm in Boston. But every weekend, he would fly to Vegas. You see, Izzy had a system for counting cards in Vegas that had the big casinos on the Strip. Oh, stymied. He would come back to MIT with suitcases filled with $200,000 in cold cash.
What?
Yeah.
So your man Izzy was getting hit off like that?
Like a fat rat in a cheddar cheese factory, freak.
Okay, so what happened to this dude Izzy? Because he's dope.
No, not dope. Dead. After he'd been missing for 3 weeks, the Nevada State Police never found hide nor hair of Isidore. And our friendship took a hit when he asked me to hang out with him in Vegas, and I said I wouldn't do it because I knew he was on a dark and twisted path in his life. And yes, he was my dude. But no way was I gonna throw my life away trying to show my loyalty to a guy who really and truly didn't understand what loyalty was all about.
So this meeting is about Vic.
Correctamente.
Okay, well, sir, Vic isn't Izzy.
And why's that, freak?
Well, for one thing, you and your dead friend Izzy didn't grow up poor. Me and Vic grew up in a neighborhood where we had to look over our shoulder every 2 seconds to make sure nobody was going to walk up on us and rob us.
True. Izzy and I did not grow up in the hood. But we, like you, thankfully grew up in a 2-parent household. But even that wasn't enough for Izzy. He wasn't satisfied. He was always looking for a 5-alarm fire when he already had the warmth and comfort of a loving family. This is not about class warfare, freak. This is about the consequences of making bad choices and risking it all when you feel like you have nothing to lose.
Vic is like a brother to me, sir.
But you shouldn't be Brother Vic's keeper, freak. Would a brother go looking for trouble and put your career and your livelihood at risk by getting into fights at nightclubs and seedy after-hour joints and then scream to the media, yeah, it's all good, I'm an FOF, friendo freak. It's all misunderstanding. Y'all be haters, don't hate my game. I don't think a brother would do that to someone they really cared about, but a guy who looked at you like a meal ticket would.
No. See, you don't understand Vic.
Really? I don't understand.
No.
Look, man, it was a misunderstanding with the guy in the next VIP booth. His honey started flirting with me, so naturally I started flirting back. Next thing I know, Captain Cornball's all over my grill piece beefing. Next thing he know, he got a 2-piece and a biscuit on his left eye. Hey, I don't know who hit him. And it damn sure wasn't me. Hey, Captain Cornball's mad because I'm an FOF, friend of freak. Hey, but check this out, though. He needs to train that hottie before he leave the house, though. Yo, he's hot as ain't loyal, man.
What's there to understand? Are you freaking blind? You know, I just want to know, how much did you pay your lawyers to make all this go away?
Almost $100,000.
Excuse me, son, I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you.
I said I paid almost $100,000.
Exactly. And if you keep riding shotgun with Vic, you're gonna go broke. Quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Look, Vic is my friend, and I grew up with him. How many times I gotta tell you, sir?
Freak, this is not a request. I am not asking you to do this. I am telling you to do this. And the first order of business is that Mr. Vic Van Leer is banned from traveling with you on the road. Vic is banned from the locker room. And Vic is banned from this arena. And if I catch this guy, Vic, in or anywhere near the facilities, Mr. Vic Van Leer will be arrested for trespassing.
Are you serious, sir?
Brother, I'm as serious as cancer. We all know that can be deadly.
You know, when me and Vic were kids, playing summer tournaments at the Dome, we always imagined making it to the pros, right? And after the crowds left, just a street light was on the court, like 11:30, 12 midnight, even 1 in the morning sometimes. We used to practice player introductions, running on the court, giving dap, high-fiving the teammates. Vic, he would act as an announcer. You know, he would introduce me and announce my name on a loudspeaker, and the Jumbotron would flash my image like a little guy dressed in long shorts and a jersey. And now, fresh off his 3-game, 62-point scoring streak, the youngest player to ever do so in NBA history, Frequency Vibrations. So me and Vic would sit in those empty bleachers at the Dome and dream like nobody's business. And now I'm living a dream. For real. And in so many ways, Vic was part of that.
Please, listen to me. I mean, I know this guy's your dude from way back.
Look, me and Vic go way back like the front seats of a 67 Cadillac.
That's good. We go way back. Did you say front seats?
Front seats of a 67 Cadillac.
We go way back like the front seats of a 67 Cadillac. Well, Jiminy Crickets. I'm gonna be the hit once again at Herbie Allen's Sun Valley Shindig because my fellow billionaires love it when I walk and talk that talk.
So that almost sounds...
No, let me tell you exactly what it sounds like. I respect, admire, and most importantly, love you as a human being and a role model. But I pay you a lot. And I mean, I pay you a lot of money to play for my team. And I am in this game to win it. And you can't win it with an albatross around your neck like Vic. So Vic is done. History. And here's some more lingo that I picked up from a former megastar who used to play for me several seasons ago. Thought I would never release him until I did. And now he's the 6th man on a struggling team in Venice. And yeah, I'm talking Venice with the canals and the gondolas and Harry's Bar, not the street ballers next to the fortune tellers on the beach in Cali. This guy used to tell me when he thought there was a player destroying our team, don't be a hero, cut that zero. And that is what I am telling you about Vic, freak. Don't be a hero, cut that zero. The only thing Vic brings into your life is headache and unwanted and unnecessary negative attention. And it will begin to affect your mindset. And when it affects your mindset, it's gonna affect your play. And when it affects your play, it's gonna affect my team. And when it affects my team, it's gonna affect my money. And if it affects my money, Google Translate will become your new freaking friend. I want a championship ring, freak, and I want you to help me get that ring. And banners after banners hanging from the rafters in this arena. So, freak, hear me clearly and hear me good. V, G, Vic, gotta go. handle your business. And remember, that contract you signed contains a morality clause, a very important clause that revolves around your conduct on and off the court and how it can negatively impact my team. Now, I don't want you to have to learn Italian or Croatian as a second language. And hey, playing pro ball overseas, there's nothing wrong with that. But the arenas are nothing like this, nor will the money be the same. And on top of all of that, this is the US of A, the greatest freaking country in the world. Ask yourself, is Vic worth all that? Think about it. Think long, think wrong.
Tell you about Vic. He has his bad rap. It's not, and I understand some of his judgments might shadow his actual character. He's not that at all. Man, Vic, let me tell you something. We have love for each other. We're brothers. Blood couldn't make us any closer at all. I mean, he has so much loyalty to me and to my family. You could see even Cece, has issues with him, but he still loves her. He still loves her. Big homestand coming up. There's nothing better than playing in front of your home crowd, but there's also a certain level of pressure that comes with it. I don't get it done tonight, and that raises the sense of urgency even higher next time. So I'm just focused on this game and getting a W for the best fans in the world.
Sports presents Thursday night of the NBA. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg. And back in Toronto following the road trip, it's the Raptors on their home court and going against Denver, their first meeting of the season. In the two meetings last year, they came away with first quarter of action, just under 3.5 minutes played. Tanking is something that all teams that are out of it tend to do. I hate that word, Clark, but it seems to be the one used by a lot. Nuggets didn't really try to hide it last season either.
Well, it certainly looked that way. Right around March, they just started sitting key players for no real reason. They framed it as rest, but it didn't quite look that way.
So on the floor for Denver, Wilson Chandler out there with Laverne. Then there's Yusuf Nurkic. Then it's Moutier. And it's Foy in at the shooting guard. There's the screen. Laverne passes to Moutier. Screen by Nurkic. Moutier kicks to Laverne. Shot clock at 5. Near the three-point line, it's Foy. And another miss by Denver.
And guys, for the Nuggets, it seemed to come out of the blue for their players. They all felt fresh, but the press release would say they needed rest. So obviously a bit of miscommunication there.
Here's Yates. And he can't extend the lead to double digits. The Nuggets trail by 7. They really want to find that igniter here.
Yeah, that's right. Kevin, the offense has basically been running in place.
They got to get going.
And, you know, back to the Nuggets and giving up a bit near the end of the season, miscommunications like that can really bother a player. Still, it's a viable strategy. I don't know if it's viable, but it's a strategy that could pay dividends if executed the right way.
"17-foot shot on the way. Can't get it to go. He's taken 2 and missed 2. There's the pick. Here's Moutier. Luis Scola with the rebound.
I'll tell you what, for what's really an elementary shot, he looked a little nervous on that release.
And the call will be against Jusuf Nurkic. That is his first foul of the game. Ross is checked in for Toronto. And Denver also making a switch. Joey Dorsey's checked in for Jusuf Nurkic. There's 38 seconds left to play here in the first. Joseph with the ball. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. That one a little long. The Nuggets trail by 4. And Chandler, here we go. Moutier with the basket.
Yeah, I love the communication and the chemistry between those teammates.
Toronto's gone 1 of 5 from downtown in the first quarter. Points out there have been hard to come by. Johnson the screen. Now Joseph. 1 second left. That misses. Would have counted had it gone in. A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. Raptors lead by 2. And here's Freak on his experience as a one-and-done college player.
It was definitely a hard decision. I had to sit down with
Now with more and more freshmen. For Toronto, they come in off the loss to the Hawks in Atlanta.
And one of the factors, Kevin, that really hurt them in that game, the lack of success at the foul line. We all know how much those free throw woes can cost you.
And it gave those opposing fans a boost every time another foul shot clanged off the rim. I mean, that's an easy way to get the home crowd in your grill.
Yates in a 2-guard. Scola out there with Johnson. And there's Bismack Biyombo. And it's Joseph in at the point guard position. So that's the 5 in the game. And the first half comes to a close.
Kevin, thank you.
Welcome back, everybody. The start of the second half getting underway. The Raptors making a change here. Freaks checked in. Joey Dorsey's checked in for the Nuggets. In the last few years, the Toronto fans have made a strong case for being the loudest in the league. And Greg, you know, the Air Canada Center can sound like a 60,000 capacity crowd during the playoffs.
It is really unreal. It gives the Raptors a huge advantage here at home. Toronto and Canada will always be hockey first, but they love their Raptors here in the North.
So on the floor for Denver, Gallinari sits outside at 3 with Farid at the 4. Moutier out there with Will Barton. And it's Dorsey in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Kicks it to Freak. Shot clock at 5. Here's Patterson. Drills it from outside. Patterson's got his first 3 points of the game.
You know, the Raptors were top 5 in attendance last season as well. I mean, fans had plenty to cheer about as the team finished with 27 home wins on the year.
Farid dishes to Gallinari. Moutier kicks to Farid. Farid setting the pick for Gallinari. Offensive rebound, and he gets it to go. Farid's got 4 this quarter.
Where's the box out? Some easy second chance opportunities there.
Those kinds of mistakes drive me crazy and will absolutely derail a team's chance to win.
Here's Freak. Tight defense on him. Lowry passes to Valanciunas. He shot 2 free throws in the game, made 1 and missed 1. First one falls for a new group in. So it's the Nuggets taking the W in a close one.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Kevin, thank you, and now we get a chance.
He came through with some big buckets down the stretch, Shaq.
And that'll do it for our broadcast.
The only color I care about is green, money. Now, you've certainly made some money so far, Freak, but it's time we make more money. I'm talking movies, TVs, endorsements, even your own brand Jordan sneakers.
I care about the game first, Dom. All that sounds great, but don't you think it's a little too early to be talking about all that?
Too early? LeBron was 12 years old in 6th grade when he was thinking Space Jam. It's never too early to take and make leaps.
I guess.
You guess? This isn't high school. This isn't college. This is the real world. And the real world is fueled by one thing.
Oh, money.
That's right. Money. Dollar bills, y'all. Why do you think they put presidents on them? Because that's what presides over us. I ever tell you guys about the first dollar I ever made?
No, Dom, but you're about to.
Yo, check this out. CC, this is a great story, right? So I'm 7 years old, Queens, New York, 1973. My older brother, Lonzo, he's got a lemonade stand. So that summer, I'm like, Lonzo, you know, let me help out. Let me make a couple of bucks with you. He's like, all right, Dom, come on. I'll teach you the business. So I'm pouring tons of sugar. I'm squeezing the lemons. I got the lemonade stand all set up. I'm like, yo, I got this, right? So I'm watching during the course of the day. I'm noticing something Lonzo's doing. He's not charging for refills. That summer, I convinced Lonzo no more free refills, and we make $2,000 plus tips. Today, Lonzo's Lemonade is a national brand and publicly traded.
Oh, wow, that's dope.
I'm not here to impress. I'm here to improve and to assist. I'm like the Italian-American Magic Johnson, running point for Team Freak. No.
The only person running point around here will be me.
CC, look at my watch. What do you see?
Not this again. I've seen the movie.
This is diamonds and platinum. Gold, forget about it. Silver, forget about it. This is diamonds and platinum. It's power and speed. Freak, this is what you have. You are on your way to being the biggest thing in the NBA. I'm proposing now that we dominate off the court as well as on.
I can't believe I'm saying this, Freak, but Dom has a point. You've been establishing yourself on the court, and now it's time to take it off the court. Brand Jordan sneakers, I mean, the possibilities are endless.
Listen, Freak, you're gonna have to decide the legacy you wanna leave. But I'm not some agent from the Yellow Pages. I'm Dom Pagnotti. I'm the man, the myth, the legend, the king, #1. I'm the best. And I'm a shark. And the Pagnotti shark is working for you. And we gotta set new goals and bigger goals, okay? I'm talking all-star game. I'm talking dunk contest. When was the last time you saw an NBA great in a dunk contest, huh? I'm talking first team All-NBA, first team All-Defensive team.
What about social media?
Yvette, great idea. Social media. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Let's kick it up a notch. www.freakinandvibing.com. That's right, your own website. I've already set it up for you and it's running great.
Wait, hold up.
Listen, I'm in negotiations right now on a feature that will allow viewers to watch Freak and only him and his plays during the game.
Yeah, but you set up a website without consulting me?
Yeah.
When did this happen?
Last week.
Uh-oh. Oh, this is gonna be epic.
CC, I love you, but I got no time to waste, and you're out there busy doing whatever it is you're doing.
Whatever I'm doing, you know what? I'm really sick and tired of the disrespect. This is Team Freak, not the Dom Pagnotti Italian-American opera.
Cece, calm down, all right? Dom here, he's just trying to take us to the next level.
Look, Ming Ching, I don't even know why you're here when your job is to look good and shut up.
Cece, chill.
No, I'm done chilling. Between your clown agent and your gold-digging girlfriend, I've had enough.
Gold digger? You're the winner of the Lucky Sperm contest, and I'll have you know I am currently starting my own fashion line. I've already got model contracts from Beijing to Milan, not to mention I graduated top of my class. Summa cum laude.
You mean thank you, Laude?
I don't need a man to save me or provide for me, okay? I got my own, boo.
Okay, well, if that's the case, then why has all your success and fame coincided with your relationship with my brother? I mean, if you're really on top of your game, wouldn't that have happened before y'all even met?
Right? You know what, Cece? You're just jealous. It's okay, though. Why don't you just play the background, yeah? Enjoy the ride.
Y'all both done yet?
May I continue? Now listen, as far as movie properties go, I've already got a script based upon a story of your life, Freak, okay? So guys, check out these possible titles. Freakin' and Vibin', Life and Times, Volume 1. The Freak Chronicle, Freak the Fast and Furious, Part 1 does it, and this one's my favorite, Freak, you're gonna love this. He got Pagnotti.
Whoa,
You
okay,
love it,
all
right?
Dom. Yeah, but look, you're the man, but you're not the man. Okay, you work for me. You have to follow my lead. I'm all for your ideas, but in due time. As for now, I want to focus on the court, and we'll discuss some of your ideas at a later date. Understood?
Yo, we're cool in the gang, bro. That's all you had to say.
All right, good. Thank you. Vet, chill. You cannot let Cece get underneath your skin. But on the same token, you cannot go out of your way to piss her off. I don't have time to be playing peacekeeper between you two.
You know what? We need to talk about this afterwards alone.
Fine. Cece, you need to hold this together. You and I both agreed long ago that Dom was the best agent for me. He has delivered. Are his methods questionable? Is he a shark? Yes and yes, but he is our shark. He's what's best for me, which means he is what's best for all of us. Your job is to bring us balance. Manage the team, sis. We all need to be on the same page.
You're right, but blood is thicker than water.
You know, I ain't trying to hear all that. I'm not here to hold hands. I'm here to win games and achieve greatness on and off the court. But in order for that to happen, I need everybody to be on point. Essentially, get right or get gone. Yeah, I don't have time to be teaching you guys how to work together. It either starts now or I find it elsewhere. Squashed?
Squashed.
Zucchini'd.
Mr. Dom Pagnotti. Mr. Diamond and Platinum himself. It's a love-hate relationship.
What do you think about people who see your brother as just a meal ticket?
Well, that's why I'm there. I'm the gatekeeper. Yep. I can smell it from a mile away.
When you take time out for your own personal life, do you have a personal life?
I do.
Where at? I think Freak is your personal life.
You can think whatever you want, mister. But, I have a personal life, thanks.
Yeah?
Yeah. I think that should end the interview right now. Yeah? It's great meeting you.
Coming home. New York City, baby. I'll be honest, I'm pretty excited. Mama, Pops, and Cece, yeah, they're gonna be there. Playing in front of them in the NBA uniform for the first time is gonna be a special moment for me. Now, I know all of Harlem's gonna be watching. No pressure, right? It's all good, though.
2K Sports checks in with our loyal viewers with a broadcast from Brooklyn, the home of the Nets, Barclays Center. Today's game continues this Brooklyn Nets homestand. They've struggled game after game to secure wins. It's been a tough haul, but they've had to feel like this game provides them a good chance to win. Lopez. And it's Thomas Robinson in for Johnson. A new group in now for the Raptors. Luis Scola, he's checked in for Jonas Valanciunas. Johnson comes in for Patrick Patterson. Freaks checked in for Damari Carroll. And it's Joseph in for Kyle Lowry. Setting the floor for the Raptors. Yates, he's in at shooting guard. DeRozan out there with James Johnson. Then it's Corey Joseph. And it's Scola in at the 5 spot. Here's Yates. Second chance shot. And you know that's going to be goaltending, guys. So that's a free basket right there.
And already we've got a very lopsided edge on the board for them.
Yeah, +5. As you mentioned, that didn't take very long, did it?
Hollis Jefferson's checked in for Brooklyn. Ellington comes in for Bogdanovich. Biyombo is checked in for Toronto. Brooklyn's gone 2 of 4 from beyond the arc to start the game.
And for Luis Scola, a very different role for him over the last 2 years. I mean, he was a starter for most of his career, then signed with Indiana, who had David West at the 4. Off the bench, though, Scola still played efficiently, but he was just used to putting up much bigger numbers for other teams.
And Toronto has possession. Tough loss coming against Cleveland in their last game played.
And that was a stinker. I mean, that's one of those games where you really can't find anything that they did well. The game just got out of hand and really just a shaky performance across the board.
Yeah, and I'd have to agree with you. And you know how optimistic and positive I am. But it's hard for me to find anything positive to take away from that. That's a game you just want to forget about as soon as you can.
And he makes both free throws. 1:37 left to play here in the first. Pass to Hollis Jefferson. They set the pick. Bargnani with the ball. Biyombo on him. They get it back. A shot's good from Ellington. Raptors shooting 36% in this first quarter, trying to get their bearings. Scola passes to Yates. 1:06 left to play in the first quarter. Thomas Robinson with the rebound.
That's terrific defense right there to prevent from converting in close.
Outside check. Can't get it to go. Excellent D there for Scola.
Rebounding is going to be the focal point for them in this one, fellas. I can feel it.
No, it always is, and it has been so far, and they've gotten a nice edge on the glass.
Pass to Ellington. Here's Hollis Jefferson. He's covered by Yates. Kicks it to Ellington. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. 5 on the clock. Here's Bargnani. Biyombo with the block. To the inside. And it's Freak missing.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on it.
Ellington from outside. And a great assist by Jack as that one goes in. Ellington's got 5.
Boy, I love the great assist that time by Jack.
Joseph can't get it to go.
Ladies and gentlemen,
and forward James Johnson battled his way back into the league after some stints abroad. He talked about his approach.
I play the game how it's supposed to be played. I play.
That's exactly the kind of hard-nosed, old-school attitude that coaches just love. Comes a new group in for the Nets. Bargnani is checked in for Lopez. Robinson comes in for Thaddeus Young. Hollis Jefferson's checked in for Johnson. And Ellington is subbed in for Jarrett Jack. So for Toronto right now, Yates in at shooting guard. Bismack Biyombo is out there with Scola. Then it's James Johnson. And it's Joseph in at the 1 spot. Biyombo, that's good.
And that's why it's so important to really be a good screening team. You get a lot of open looks from it.
And here is Ellington. He has 5. Bogdanovich dishes to Bargnani from 16 feet away. He cans it. Bargnani's got the lead up to 11 now for the Nets.
Getting better and better. Got that field goal percentage up in the 60s now.
Clark, they've dialed it in here in the second quarter, playing really well.
Now here's Freak. D right on him. For 3. Shot is no good. So Brooklyn will take it the other way. Their last game, a win against Boston, looking to carry it into this one.
And we've talked about how in the NBA you've got to earn your points the hard way, and that really wasn't the case in that game for them.
No, there was no hard way about it. I mean, they got their points easily on dunks and layups against the defense that really didn't offer much of a fight.
And he gets it to go.
That's the kind of D that you're not going to find success with, guys. They've got to get a hand in it.
Now the dish to Bogdanovich. Pass to Hollis Jefferson. It's Robinson high post to the wing right side. Here's Bogdanovich. Soft touch off the glass. Bogdanovich has got 10 points now just in this quarter.
I really like the fact that he's getting the touches he needs here after not scoring a single point in that first quarter.
Screen by Scola. This is to Biyombo. Johnson left side. Freak with it. Let's go. Robinson pulls it in. Here's Ellington. He feeds it to Bargnani. Another one falls for Brooklyn.
Just no chance for the smaller defender to block that shot.
He's really, really good at using his size to free himself up for those mid-range jumpers. A master at it.
The clock runs out, and we're heading to him.
Hey, Kevin, I've got...
And we welcome you back to the NBA. In for DeMar DeRozan, and it's Wright in for Kyle Lowry. They've got Young. Johnson is out there with Hollis Jefferson, and it's Bargnani, and it's Lopez in at the 5 down low. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. Fades. Johnson's shot is off.
Well, I think he kind of alligator armed that one, short stroked it. After doing a nice job to get open, he didn't finish the shot.
Scola with a clean look. Money from the wing.
Textbook, nice pass, great catch, even better finish.
Young outside. For those just joining us, fourth quarter here. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it. Hollis Jefferson passes to Johnson. Feeds to Lopez. That's in there. Johnson with the assist. 12 points for Brook Lopez.
His shooting has been outstanding here. Definitely one of the reasons they're up in this game.
And Wright kicks to Freak.
And something that's been whispered about around the NBA is expansion. We know there are some markets that want desperately to have an NBA team. The NBA might not be at 30 teams for the foreseeable future.
Hollis Jefferson passes to Bargnani. Joe Johnson on the wing. And he connects on the jumper. The screen did the trick. Johnson's got 9 points here in the second half.
Boy, Lopez hunkered down and anchored in on that pick.
There are markets in the U.S. that want an NBA team. Seattle, which has been a great NBA friend, has been trying to get a team back since the Sonics left for Oklahoma City.
Clearly, Seattle's the lead name domestically. The NBA has also talked about adding a European division. A lot of different options for expansion. Don't think any will be acted on anytime soon, though.
He can be a forgotten man in their offense sometimes, but the D still has to keep an eye on him.
Young sets a screen for Johnson. Again, the Nets for 2. 1:49 left in the game. Here's Wright. Now Freak. He dishes it to Biyombo. 5 to shoot. And Wright kicks to Freak. From deep three-point range, Brooklyn with the rebound.
And there have been some terrible shot choices here, Kev. That's not a good look at all. Well, guys, this was never really a contest. Just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Nets.
Well, the one thing that jumps out in this game, Clark, and Steve's kind of touched on it, is the free throw shooting, which they did a much better job at.
Yeah, absolutely a big plus. And oftentimes, Kevin, we've seen it time and time again. Your performance at the line can be the difference maker in a game.
And it'll advance their win total up to 12 on the season.
Your hope is to take charge of a season series by winning that first game. This will put them up 1-0 with 3 games still left to play this year against the Raptors.
And what a huge standout performance it was for Joe Johnson. He was doing everything right, and the points came in bunches. Definitely had the hot hand.
And Wright kicks to Scola. He misses the free throw. And he misses the second one as well, so he is 0 for 2 that time. And it's out of bounds. The Raptors will take it the other way.
And you know what? His mind's playing tricks on him right now because he's not going to live that one down easily.
And the Raptors with possession. Freak dishes to Biyombo. Now the feed to Ross. Nogueira gets a screen for Wright. To the middle. Stolen by Robinson. Here's Larkin. And stolen by Biyombo. And so it's Brooklyn easily grabbing this one. And the up.
Well, Joe, congratulations on this.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Many thanks, Kevin. So now we move on to our Jordan player of the game, Joe Johnson. Talk about lighting it up in the second quarter. My word, that was just huge. And the impact carried them through the entire game.
You talk about Joe Johnson, and you talk.
And that'll do it for.
I told you, Dom Pagnotti always delivers. Brand Jordan Freak prototypes. Open the box, check them out.
Ooh, like Christmas and my birthday on the same day. Oh, Dom.
You love them?
I love them.
Hey, they're waiting for your approval for production.
Approved.
Approved?
Approved.
Done.
Yeah.
I'll make the call.
In Pagnotti we trust.
I told you you'd love them.
Man.
Hey, I'm going to have you playing in those in 30 days or less.
Oh, money. Oh, man.
Freaking and vibing. Freaking and vibing.
Freaking and vibing in these, baby.
It's been a long road trip. Last game is tonight, and I know I want to get out of here with the win. We'll be back in front of the home crowd soon, but now's not the time to be looking ahead. I need to step up my game and help this team get it done. No excuses.
Welcome, everyone, to this 2K Sports broadcast live from downtown Minneapolis. This homestand ends here for the Timberwolves as they get ready to hit the road. They come into this one very confident. They feel it. .144 left to play in the first quarter. You know,
Dwayne Casey was once a player at Kentucky, took me and hosted me on my recruiting visit at Kentucky back in 1979. Actually got his coaching start at the school as well.
The Minnesota Timberwolves coming to this one after the win against New Orleans.
They just weren't challenged. I mean, nearly as much as they should have been in that game, at least when they had the ball.
Yeah, it was a mismatch. I mean, the defense from the start was on its heels practically the entire game.
Freak passes to Johnson. 4 on the clock. Patterson. Nice spin off the left rim and in. 1:02 left here in the opening quarter. Now here is Miller. He's covered by Yates.
Good D, but better O. It's almost as if they're just standing there.
Well said. Well, for the most part, they were just standing still, Clark.
And you know what, Kevin? He's not the most explosive player on the court, but if you give him a clear lane to the basket, he'll punch it on you.
The three. The shot misses. And Minnesota will come the other way. This game against Toronto here, it's their first look at the Raptors.
An East-West showdown, only one of 2 games between these squads.
And because of that, the time is now to seize control of the matchup. We'll see who strikes first.
Timberwolves leading by 3. Here's Miller. To the right side. Here's Muhammad. Monumental buzzer beater!
What a thrill.
And that does it for the first quarter. Timberwolves lead by 5. And we'll be back in just a moment with the start of the second quarter. Transition.
The biggest difference is endurance, both mentally and physically. The college season is what, 30, 40?
Good points, Clark. What role do coaches play in helping young players like that? Johnson comes in for Luis Scola. Terrence Ross is checked in for Damari Carroll, and Freak subbed in for DeMar DeRozan. Setting the floor for the Raptors. Yates, he's in at shooting guard. Terrence Ross is out there with Johnson. Then there's Lowry, and it's Biyombo at center. Pekovic with a screen on Lowry. Miller kicks to Pekovic. The Timberwolves need to get a shot off here. Levine can't hit.
And for Kyle Lowry, last season was full of milestones. First, he signs the big contract extension for 4 years. Then he earns his first ever All-Star selection. Unfortunately, he didn't finish as strong with the postseason, but a terrific year.
Let's check out what Doris Burke has for us.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Pistons was a big factor. He had 6 points and also got the ball moving around to get his teammates involved as well. We could see his role in this offense expand if he puts together more games like this one, guys.
Good job as always, Doris. Thank you, guys. What was your take on his performance?
Kevin, I really felt like he left it all out on the floor. I'll say this. It was a great, hard-charging effort.
Guys, when he's on, nobody's more fun to watch. And he was definitely on in that game.
And on the topic of Lowry, he became only the 3rd Toronto Raptor ever, Clark, to be voted into the All-Star game.
Yeah, you know, Bosch and Vinsanity, the other 2. Lowry also participated in the All-Star Weekend Skills Challenge. Man, he's been outstanding as a point guard.
And a tenacious leader for the Raptors.
Yeah. Almost no chance of that shot going in.
Yeah, there were a lot of other places he could have gone with the basketball instead of forcing that shot up.
And that one's good. Freak.
They are absolutely stroking it from outside. I mean, textbook perfect. Good balance, nice high release, splash.
Feeds it to Levine. Pekovic with a screen on Lowry. They set the screen. Muhammad dishes to Levine. And they come right back with their own three-pointer. And the Timberwolves lead by 15. last outing for Toronto. They won that game against the Pistons at the Palace of Auburn Hills.
And believe it or not, it wasn't the stars that led the charge for them in that win. It was about the role players. I mean, the guys who they don't usually count on for the lion's share of their points came through.
Guys, simply a complete team performance, and road wins where everybody contributes really can galvanize a team and bring it together. That's really the area where they like all of their shots to come from.
Now, here is Miller. He kicks to Muhammad. And that's not going to go. And that concludes the first.
Coach, what are the key...
Welcome back, everybody. Third quarter just about to get going. Minnesota making some changes. Nikola Pekovic comes in for Kevin Martin. And Gorgui Dieng subbed in for Ricky Rubio. Anthony Towns and Pekovic are up front. Andrew Wiggins is out there with Garnett. And it's Dieng in at the 3 seat. So that's the lineup for Minnesota. Wiggins passes to Dieng. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. And the first one. Two shots. And Dieng drops them both. Guys, we've seen a lot of turnovers in this one.
Yeah, it's been really sloppy out there.
Yeah, focus, focus, focus. Just make the simple play.
Patterson, that's good.
And they're on the kind of run that could have made a difference had it just started a little earlier.
Yeah, but I think the only reason they're on this run is because the defense has relaxed a little bit, knowing the game is basically in the bag.
And here's Miller. And so it's the Timberwolves taking care of business here.
Yes, I'm here with Kevin.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Thank you, Kevin. Andrew Wiggins. He made all the key plays every step of the way. They depend on... And that'll do it for this.
As I was saying, got a real big problem, all this kitty stuff. You evil twins, CC and Dom got you doing Vet, what was that word he was using?
Rebrand?
No. Recalibrate. All this stuff they got you doing to recalibrate your images cost you in the hood, fam. Yo, the streets is watching, and they're not convinced.
Vic, how many times do I have to tell you? The streets ain't always right.
Nah. It's always good in the hood. Let's not forget, I am a student of human nature, all right? Take your man here. He's playing this here video game is to not address the reason why his brand Jordan sneakers are sitting on store shelves collecting dust.
Ooh.
Okay, what are your suggestions, Victor?
He wants you to rob a bodega. I'm sorry.
Look, man, I'm not talking about some focus group, all right? I'm talking about the hood. They don't trust you no more. They see you coming to the arenas wearing them tight pants y'all ballers be wearing. Your high water ankles be showing. Your pants is just so tight, man. Your ankles be choking. Air it out some. People don't see themselves in you anymore. Look at me. People don't recognize themselves in who you are. Okay, you want to recalibrate? Fine, B, go ahead. But recalibrate back to Harlem. Remind these fools where you from. Represent, you know what I'm saying? Like, where's that Jesus piece you used to rock? Now that Shuttlesworth.
With them fake chains we used to wear.
Yo, but that's my point. Yo, let me get you some nice jewels, huh? Make it flossy. Get you a new whip, something that the hood will love. Let's remind these fools that you the Harlem Renaissance up in this piece. Get a club, I don't know, something. Just throw your weight around, man.
I mean, at least get me some, too.
Yeah, and get some nice free vet, too.
Nah, but for real, in all seriousness. You think it's that bad?
Yo. Cats be laughing at your corny commercials, B.
Come on.
But that's what I'm saying. Yo, we could change all that. Hey, now I know CC's your...
Some people say you just a hanger-on, that you're a leech. Why is that the word?
Yo, because people just don't know,
They
yo.
be hating?
They be hating. They hating on my game. They hating on our friendship. See, FOF, friend of freak. See, nobody got that like I do. And everybody else wants
LeBron James. What more can you say about the guy that hasn't already been said? He can play anywhere on the court, and he gets it done on both ends like nobody else in the league. If we can't slow him down, this game could get out of hand real quick. It's gonna be one of the biggest tests of the season for me, that's for sure. Time to step up.
A beautiful view here in the rapid developments in City Place on the shores of Toronto Harbor. Good Friday night to you sports fans. You've come to the right place. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg and our sideline reporter, Doris Burke. The Cleveland Cavaliers coming to this one after... And Freak subbed in for DeMar DeRozan. And then for Cleveland, Anderson Varejao checked in for Mozgov. Thompson comes in for Kevin Love. And Shumpert in there for J.R. Smith. So on the floor for Cleveland, filling out the wings at Shumpert and LeBron, Thompson and Varejao at the 4 and 5. And it's Irving at the 1 spot. One thing about Kyle Lowry, he has a bulldog mentality. We saw that from his days at Villanova.
No question about that, and I love that about him. He's very simple, not really flashy, just consistently beats the rock. He wears his opponents down.
He dishes it to Freak. Back to Lowry. Passes it to Biyombo. And down it goes, jamming that one home.
Kyle Lowry with a beautiful setup.
The Cavaliers trail by 7. Sends it over to Doris Burke, who caught up with head coach David Blatt. Doris?
And he said a big factor in this game will be how well they're able to handle Kyle Lowry. He admitted being a fan of his game, saying he's a tough athletic guard who really competes. Defense, rebounding, attack the paint, he'll take it to you. We've got to be ready to match his motor and his aggressiveness. Kevin, are they up to it?
Great. Thanks for the report, Doris. To the middle. It's tipped. Stolen by Varejao. .119 left in the first quarter of the game. Irving kicks to LeBron. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. James has got his first 2 points of the night.
Just the height separation on that mid-range jumper. Excellent job of taking advantage.
Now here's Freak. Not a lot of room. Back to Lowry. Clock at 6. Biyombo kicks to Freak. A three-pointer is right on target.
You know, a team's rebounding is one of the great measures of its energy, and theirs has been terrific in the first quarter.
Yeah, they've brought it in terms of having another level of intensity right from the tip.
Outside jumper. The screen from Thompson, and the foul called on Freak. That is his first foul of the game. And the Raptors making a change here. Ross is checked in. Then for the Cavaliers, Jefferson comes in for Anderson Varejao. And it's Matthew Dellavedova in for Kyrie Irving. About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. Here's James. Rebound by Johnson.
He's lost it in this quarter, no doubt about it. Nothing seems to be going for him.
Biyombo kicks to Johnson. Pass to Yates. Scola sets a screen for Freak. Off the screen, and Scola with the layup.
And really, these teams don't even look like they belong on the same court today.
I don't think they do, based on what we've seen. A double-digit lead, and we're still in the first. Ouch. That's painful.
We caught up with Kyrie Irving earlier, and he talked a little bit about expectations for himself.
We expect so much.
Kyrie reminding us that it's not just the expectations of the fans and the media he and LeBron deal with, but also, and Clark, perhaps the most demanding of all, are the expectations they've got for each other.
Yeah, that's a great point. I mean, two guys who expect so much of themselves to start with, who naturally have a vision of how great. Sublime stuff, guys. Absolutely sublime.
Clark, he's going to start putting on a show now.
And that's usually how it goes. Once they get that lead, it's almost like they give him free reign.
And that replay sponsored by Kia, the Kia Slam Cam, giving us a great look at that one. Smith kicks to Love. All alone. Yes, and it's Smith with the assist that time. Toronto leading by 10. Freak dishes to Valanciunas. Throws it down as the official calls the foul. It may be a three-point play. That one on Mozgov.
Ooh, that's as forceful a finish as you're ever going to see out of this guy.
Well, gee, it adds now to their lead in spectacular fashion.
And, you know, that lead's only going to grow if they're not prepared to defend a little more staunchly than that.
And Toronto making a change here. Carroll's checked in. Dellavedova, the pass to Jefferson. No good on the triple. And what you have to like out of Valanciunas last season, improved efficiency. The game really, Clark, seemed to slow down for him.
Yeah, he entered the league a little green. I mean, would make a lot of mistakes, but had excellent tools. So with enthusiasm and hard work, you knew it was just a matter of time with him.
Doris Burke has some information for us. Doris?
During that break, Dwayne Casey.
Get up!
1:05 left in the first half.
And for Valanciunas last year, his offensive production was similar to the year before, but he cut down on his turnovers. He also raised his shooting percentage to a career-high 57%, and that, my friends, is improved efficiency.
Here's Dellavedova. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. And LeBron James gets it to go.
He's making it look easy scoring out there because he's much more efficient here in the second. You know, talking about Valanciunas, the light clearly went on last season. He was more assertive, refined his post game. The next step is to extend his shooting range so he can help space the floor on offense.
5 to shoot. Out of bounds. Cleveland will take possession.
I tell you what, he clearly had a brain freeze on that one. You might just as well keep going straight to the bench.
So as we conclude the football.
Guys, I'm here with.
We're getting back to the action now. It's been a one-team shoot. Group in now for the Raptors. Biombo, he's checked in for Jonas Valanciunas. Johnson comes in for DeMar Carroll. Ross, he's checked in for DeMar DeRozan. And Freak subbed in for Kyle Lowry. A switch here also for Cleveland. Thompson, he's checked in for Mozgov. So on the floor for Cleveland, LeBron and Love are the talented pair at the forward position. Kyrie Irving and J.R. Smith at the guard set. And it's Thompson in at the 5. Here's Yates. Off target from outside. In transition, here come the Cavaliers. Smith's running. And a wide open look for Irving. It's good, the assist that time from Smith.
Add another triple to their second half total.
They came out of the break just dropping bombs, and just are not letting up at all.
Here's Yates. Goes up high for the two-handed dunk.
The fans are just loving what's going on here tonight. A really good win for the home team.
It sure is. I mean, they kept this crowd in the game, gave them plenty to cheer about, and really used that home court advantage to their advantage.
And so Toronto takes this one, but by a big margin. A confident win, and one where they clearly showed the greater effort.
They certainly put on a good show here at home, and I think they felt they had the edge and that extra little bit of confidence.
Yes, guys, I'm here with...
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Thank you, Kevin and Jonas Valanciunas. What are your thoughts, Kenny? And that'll do it for our broadcast tonight. Hope you...
Yo, freak, what's up, baby? What's up? We see you.
Yo. What up?
Basquiat, let's go. Got that art for y'all, that real spit. They call me Basquiat. The Harlem's ain't my pockets full of fat knots, making all the ladies drop. Paint me street corners green, my bank notes the color bill scene. Half man, half amazing. Holy send me out the demigod. Halo crown with the dollar sign, got 'em hoping. A ghetto saint with grand designs, call me focus. Before the Basquiats, the streets is hopeless. I'm that Harlem Saint painting pictures, making new kind of skill, banking up to 12 figures. They call me Basquiats, pockets full of fat knots, dust till dawn. Your boy makes the street pop, got it on lock, body don't stop, make it hot. Love it when the bunnies bounce when they on top. Basquiat, I got 107 C's, making waves till the world knows me. Basquiat, my pockets go deep. I dive in the heights, get up and then creep. I'm on my hustle and grind, I'm all about my money. No time for playing games when the game ain't funny.
Okay, yo, he's nice. What's his name?
Hey, he goes by the name Basquiat, yo. Basquiat puts game down on them bars, yo. I'm telling you. Hey, we record a nice mixtape. Hey, do a nice video, get some honeys up in there dancing. Hey, we could build a franchise around this, yo. Hey, I want us to do a deal, freak.
I mean, what you mean by us, Vic?
I mean us, as in you and me and you, putting some serious Skrilla behind this and... Put me on, man. I'm Basquiat.
What?
You heard me? I'm Basquiat. That's me.
That's you?
Yeah, 100.
Okay, you nice with it. What? Yeah. Wow, okay.
Thanks, man.
Basquiat.
Yo, we don't need no major label to make this happen, man. And in the end, we reap all the benefits. Think about it.
what you're thinking.
Hmm.
I noticed we passed Colonel Young Park, too.
Yo, Coach Judy was the best.
Freak, I didn't expect you to be here.
Coach let practice out early.
You okay? What's going on?
Same old, same old.
Wow, your shoulders are really tight. Are they stressing you out again?
Yeah.
Well, you know you always got me, right? I'm always gonna be here. Baby, I'm your ride or die. And as quiet as it's kept, you and I are the real Team Freak.
Of course. Word of my mom's. I never had this feeling with any other woman in my life. And she gave me a different feeling, which was something I fell in love with. I never asked her to be my girlfriend. It just became that. You could tell when we started falling, like, I get a text message and she's, who's that? And it's just like, oh, so we worried now. Oh, so no more of that? All right, you know what I mean? So that's how I came to agreement.
What's different about Yvette?
Well, when you could teach me something or give me knowledge about anything, I'm already attracted to you as a person. I love learning, and she was very intellectual and she's very strong.